Have you ever had one of those moments where you just want to scream at your TV screen because you know something a character doesn't? Well, if you were watching General Hospital lately, you probably have a sore throat from all that yelling. We need to talk about what just happened in Port Charles because things didn't just get messy, they basically imploded. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, except the train is full of people we actually care about and the tracks are made of secrets. You have to wonder, was this all just one giant mistake? Or is there something way deeper going on with Britt, Rocco, and Nina? Honestly, when you think about it, these people are their own worst enemies. They keep digging holes, and every time they try to climb out, they just grab a bigger shovel. Let's dive into this because there is so much to unpack, and I honestly don't know if anyone is coming out of this clean. Think about the situation Britt Westbourne is in right now. It is absolutely heartbreaking. She's standing in her hospital office, and she's looking at Rocco Falconeri, a kid who has been through way too much already. She's trying to convince him that everything is going to be okay, and that Jen Sidwell won't hurt Danny or Charlotte. But here's the thing, she's lying. Not because she wants to be mean, but because she thinks she has to. Britt has reached this point where she thinks the only way to save everyone is for her to just vanish. She figures if she disappears, the bad guys won't have any reason to stay in Port Charles because they won't have her to finish their secret project. But the funny thing is, she's not just talking about moving to a different city. She's talking about giving up. Rocco isn't a dummy. He's a smart kid, even if he is stressed out of his mind. He looks at her and realizes exactly what this means. If Britt leaves, she loses her access to that experimental Huntington's medication. And if she loses that medication, the disease wins. It's a death sentence, plain and simple. Can you imagine the weight of that? Rocco is basically watching his only confidant choose to die just to keep him safe. It's heavy, right? They share this really emotional hug and they both say, "I love you." And honestly, it felt like a final goodbye. You could just feel the raw pain in that room. Some fans on Reddit are saying Britt should have stayed gone and that Rocco belongs to Dante and Lulu. But in this moment, you can't deny the bond they have. She's the only one who knows his darkest secret, that he's the one who actually shot Ross Cullum. But here's where things get really creepy. While they're having this super private, tear-jerking moment, someone is watching. Ross Cullum is literally hiding around the corner in the hospital hallway, spying on them. Talk about a predator in the shadows. He sees the way they're acting, and you can practically see the light bulb go off over his head. He's been out for blood since the night he got shot, blaming Jason Morgan and anyone else he could think of. But seeing Britt and Rocco together, it all clicks for him. He realizes that Jason wasn't the shooter, he was just the fall guy. Cullum tells Sidwell that he's finally figured out who really shot him. This changes everything. Now, a corrupt, dangerous man has total leverage over a teenager. How do you think Dante is going to handle it when he finds out his son is in the crosshairs of a guy like Cullum? It's a total nightmare scenario. And don't even get me started on what's happening in Jack Brennan's hospital room. Nina Reeves is back to her old tricks, but this time she thinks she's being a hero for Willow. Willow is freaking out because she's terrified that if Jack wakes up, he's going to tell everyone that she's the one who drugged him. She thinks people will start noticing how his symptoms look exactly like Drew's. So what does Nina do? She does what Nina always does. She takes matters into her own hands. She gets a syringe from Willow and heads into Jack's room to give him another dose to keep him locked in. Well, think about it from Nina's perspective for a second. She feels like she failed as a mother for so many years, so now she's overcompensating by committing felonies. It's that classic Nina logic where she thinks she can fix a lie with a bigger lie. But the universe has other plans. Just as she's getting ready to stick the needle in, Jack's arm twitches and his eyes fly open. Can you imagine the look on her face? She's standing there, red-handed, with a needle full of drugs, and the corpse just woke up and caught her. It's the ultimate oh crap moment. Jack is a smart, dangerous operative, and he is the last person you want to have a grudge against you. Do you think he's going to scream for help, or is he going to use this to own Nina forever? The funny thing is, the hospital is supposed to be a place of healing, but right now it's basically a war zone. You've got Britt planning her own death in one room and Nina trying to medically silence a witness in another. It makes you wonder if anyone in Port Charles ever stops to think about the consequences. Britt is trying to be a martyr, but is it really fair to leave Rocco with the guilt of her death on top of the guilt of a shooting? And Nina, oh, Nina. She's trying to save Willow's reputation, but she's literally risking her own life and freedom to do it. Is a daughter's love worth a prison cell? Nina seems to think so, but she always learns the hard way that secrets have a way of coming out, usually at the worst possible time. And what about Dante? He's running around trying to be the good cop and the good dad at the same time, but he's failing at both because he's being kept in the dark. He knows Rocco is stressed, but he has no idea how deep it goes. He's bonding with Gio over classical music in the car, trying to be a mentor, while his own family is falling apart. It's actually kind of tragic when you think about it. He's investigating the shooting of Ross Cullum, not realizing that the person he's looking for is the kid he's trying to protect. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Then you have Lulu. She's so desperate that she's asking Ethan to help her get fake passports so she can run away with Rocco. She doesn't even tell Dante. Think about how messed up that is. She wants to disappear because she thinks it's the only way to keep Rocco out of jail. But wait, if everyone disappears, Britt, Lulu, Rocco, who is left to actually fix the mess? It feels like the writers are pushing all these characters into a corner where they have to make the most extreme choices possible. The question I keep coming back to is, why? Why did Britt think she could handle Sidwell alone? Why did Nina think she could just keep drugging a WSB agent without anyone noticing? It all comes down to ego and fear. Britt's ego tells her she's the only one who can solve this by sacrificing herself. Nina's fear of losing Willow again makes her do things that are absolutely insane. And the kids, Rocco, Danny, Charlotte, they're just caught in the middle of all this adult drama. Danny and Charlotte actually managed to sneak into Windmere and get out alive, which is a miracle in itself. But they were caught by Cullum, who is just a complete nightmare. He's using those kids to get to Jason, and now he's going to use Rocco to get to Britt. It's like a giant web of blackmail that just keeps getting bigger. Do you think Jason is going to be able to save them from behind bars? Or is this going to require someone else to step up? Valentine says he's going to shut down the project himself, but he's also busy trying to break Anna out of a mental health facility in France. Talk about having a full plate. Honestly, it feels like we're heading toward a massive collision. You've got the Sidwell/Cullum mob side of things, the WSB conspiracy, and the medical drama at the hospital all converging at once. And in the center of it all is a teenage boy who just wanted to protect his family. My heart really breaks for Rocco. He's trying so hard to keep it together, but he's just a kid. Hearing him say, "I love you," to Britt was such a powerful moment because it showed how much he needs her, even if his parents don't want her around. So what do you think happens next? I have a feeling Jack Brennan is going to wake up and play it very cool. He's not the type to just call the cops. He's a guy who loves leverage. He's probably going to tell Nina that if she doesn't do exactly what he says, she's going to prison for attempted murder. And what about Britt? Is she really going to get on that plane to Berlin and just wait to die? Or is Cullum going to stop her now that he knows the truth about Rocco? The stakes have never been higher. Every single character is on the edge of a cliff. If you're a fan of the drama, this is basically the best it's been in a long time, but it's also the most stressful. I want to know what you think. Is Nina a hero for trying to save Willow, or is she just a criminal who needs to be stopped? And do you think Britt is making the right choice by trying to disappear? It's a debate that is really dividing the fans, and I can see both sides. But seriously, think about the trauma these characters are carrying. Britt living with a terminal illness, Rocco carrying the secret of a shooting, Nina carrying the weight of all her past mistakes. It's a lot for anyone to handle. The soulful performance by the young actor playing Rocco really brings it home. You can see the stress in his eyes. He's not just a plot point. He's a kid whose life is being ruined by the adults around him. If you're as obsessed with these storylines as I am, you know we're in for a wild ride. The next few weeks are going to be game changers for Port Charles. We're talking about lives being ruined, families being torn apart, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of justice for the people who deserve it. But in a soap opera, justice is usually the last thing that happens. Well, think about it. If you were in Nina's shoes, Would you have the guts to go into that hospital room with a syringe? Or would you have just told the truth and let the chips fall where they may? It's easy to judge her, but when it's your kid on the line, people do crazy things. The funny thing is, Nina always thinks she's doing the right thing, but she always ends up in the middle of a disaster. It's her superpower, honestly. I'm really worried about Britt, though. She's one of the most complex characters on the show, and seeing her give up like this is just devastating. She's gone from being the woman everyone hated to the person everyone is rooting for, and now she's ready to just fade away. Do you think there's any chance for a miracle, or is this really the end of the road for the Britch? I hope not. She's too good of a character to lose. And Cullum. Man, that guy is a piece of work. Spying on a kid in a hospital? That's a new low, even for him. But it's also a reminder that in Port Charles, someone is always watching. No conversation is ever truly private. No secret is ever truly safe. It's a lesson that Rocco and Britt are about to learn the hard way. The deep commentary here is that these characters are all trapped by their own choices. Britt chose to work for the villains to save herself, and now it's costing her everything. Nina chose to lie for Willow, and now she's trapped by Jack. Rocco chose to pull the trigger, and now he's trapped by Cullum. It's a cycle of secrets that just keeps repeating itself, and the only way to break it is for someone to finally tell the truth. But who is brave enough to do that? Anyway, I could talk about this for hours because the layers are just so deep. Every time I think I've figured it out, the writers throw another curveball. Like, who saw Jack waking up at that exact moment coming?
Not me.
It was a total shocker. And Cullum figuring out the truth just by looking at Britt and Rocco? That was actually pretty smart for a villain. Usually, they have to overhear a loud conversation in a public park, so having him actually deduce it was a nice change of pace. I want to hear your theories. What is Jack going to do now that he's awake? Is he going to be Nina's best friend or her worst nightmare? And what about Dante? When he finally learns the truth about Rocco, is he going to protect his son or do his job as a cop? It's a huge dilemma for him. He's always been about the law, but family is family. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments. I love hearing your predictions because sometimes you guys are even better at this than the writers are. This is one of those times where the drama is so intense that we just have to talk about it. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the absolute chaos in Port Charles, make sure you hit that like button.
It really helps the channel out.
And if you want to stay updated on every single secret, every lie, and every syringe-wielding mother in General Hospital, you have to subscribe. Turn on those notifications because you don't want to miss what happens when the fallout from these episodes finally hits. Thanks for hanging out and theorizing with me. I'll see you in the next video. The funny thing is, after all this, the most important thing to remember is that in Port Charles, no one is ever really gone. Not even when they think they want to be. Britt might be planning her exit, but I have a feeling the city isn't done with her yet. And Nina might be panicking, but she's a survivor. She always finds a way to land on her feet, even if she has to step on a few people to do it. It's what makes her Nina. And as for Rocco, I just hope someone looks out for that kid. He's the real victim in all of this. He did a brave thing by saving Britt and Jason, and now he's being punished for it by the guilt and the fear of getting caught. He deserves better than a life of running and hiding. Let's hope someone steps up and helps him before it's too late. But hey, that's just my take on it. What's yours? Are you team Britt needs to stay and fight? Or do you think her disappearing is the only way? And are you team Nina is a mom on a mission? Or do you think she's gone way too far this time? Let's get a debate going in the comments. I'll be down there reading and responding to as many as I can. Seriously, thank you guys for being such a great community. Talking about these soaps is the highlight of my day, and I'm so glad you're here for it. Until next time, stay tuned and keep your eyes open. You never know who might be spying on you from around the corner. Bye for now. The depth of these stories is really what keeps us coming back, isn't it? It's not just about the what happened, it's about the why it matters. Britt isn't just leaving, she's giving up on a life she finally learned to love. Nina isn't just injecting a guy, she's trying to inject some control into a life that's spiraling out of her grasp. And Rocco? He's losing his innocence in the most brutal way possible. It's heavy stuff for a soap opera, but that's why General Hospital is so iconic. It takes these huge, messy human emotions and puts them right in our living rooms every day. I also think we need to give a shout out to the acting lately. Kelly Thiebaud has been absolutely killing it as Britt. You can see the exhaustion in her character, the way the Huntingtons is weighing on her mind even before it takes her body. And Cynthia Watros as Nina? She plays desperate mother so well it's almost uncomfortable to watch. You want to root for her, but you also want to tell her to just stop. It's a testament to how well these roles are written and performed. And can we talk about the set design for a second? The hospital rooms at GH always feel so cold and clinical, which makes the emotional scenes that happen in them feel even more raw. When Britt and Rocco were hugging, the white walls and the medical equipment made their connection feel like the only warm thing in the building.
It was a really nice contrast.
Wait, before I go, I have to mention the whole Valentine and Carly thing again. They're such an unlikely duo, but seeing them clash over Anna is actually really interesting. Carly is usually the one making reckless decisions, but now she's the voice of reason trying to stop Valentine from doing something stupid. It's like a bizarro world version of Port Charles. Do you think they're ever going to be friends? Or is this just a temporary alliance because they have a common enemy? Personally, I think they're too similar to ever really trust each other, but watching them try is great TV. Anyway, I really am done now. I promise. But seriously, there was just so much to cover. Make sure you're subscribed so we can talk about the fallout from Jack's awakening next time. It's going to be huge. I'll see you then.
Peace.
The emotional weight of these scenes really sticks with you, doesn't it? You go to bed thinking about Britt's decision and Nina's shock. It's that kind of storytelling that makes GH a staple. It's not just background noise, it's a conversation. And I love being a part of that conversation with you guys. Every like and every comment means the world to me, and it helps me keep doing what I love. So, one last time, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me your wildest theory for what happens in the next episode. Could Jack Brennan be the one who actually saves Britt? Or will he be the one who ruins everyone? Anything is possible in Port Charles. I'll be back soon with more updates. Take care. The funny thing is, we always expect the worst in these shows, but sometimes the writers surprise us with a moment of real grace. Maybe Britt doesn't leave. Maybe Nina and Jack find some weird common ground. It's the hope that keeps us watching, even when things look their darkest. And right now, for Britt and Rocco, things look pretty dark. But hey, the sun always comes up eventually, even if it has to shine through the windows of General Hospital. I'll be watching the next episode with my notebook ready, so make sure you come back here to hear my thoughts. We've got a lot more to discuss, and I can't wait to see where this goes. See you guys later. Oh, and for the fans who are asking about the neighbors' connection in the sources, yes, it's interesting to see the actor who played Jack Callahan on another show. But in our GH world, Jack Brennan is the man of the hour. It just goes to show how small the world of soaps really is. It's all connected in one way or another. Alright, I'm actually signing off now. Catch you later. Just think about the irony of the one-way flight to Berlin. Britt is flying toward her past to escape her future, but she's leaving her heart in Port Charles. It's such a classic soap move, but it still gets me every time. And the fact that Cullum is the one who might ground that flight is just the icing on the cake. The drama is delicious, isn't it? Okay, for real this time. See you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.